everybody. It is Sunday the 23rd of January and we will soon have January behind us, which I'm always pleased about. I just wanted to quickly show you how I'm planting my Jerusalem artichokes and why I'm planting them. I did grow some last year and I kept them in the buckets, and I thought I'd be able to use them as and when, so I stored the buckets underneath there, and the soil does dry out. And this is one of my potato pots. This is, you can see how it dries out under there, and it stores my potatoes great. You can actually see, I think there's some Charlotte, and it stores the potatoes great. But when I came to have a look at the Jerusalem artichokes, they'd all shriveled up and they were no good for replanting or for harvesting either. So I had a look in the catalogues, and they're about £11, £12 for 10 tubers, and then you got £4 or £5 postage on top. So I didn't think I would bother. And then my parents noticed some in one of the supermarkets. These were white when they bought them a week ago, and they've gone dark because of the amount of iron that's in them. They do change colour because they're very rich in iron. And if you just look at those there, you can see that they are shooting. There's 7 tubers here, and they were £1.59. No postage, obviously, and they're also British grown. They were grown in Kent, according to the packet. So this is what I shall be sowing instead of buying them off the seed merchants. And you can see there's some good shoots on there. So I think the next time I store them, I'll keep the buckets in the open air and leave the soil to stay moist, which is, and it obviously it'll be cold because of the winter, and they'll be kept outside. And then I can harvest as and when I require them, and then just keep a few tubers back and then plant them on. And this here is some 3-year-old farmyard manure, which I've mixed 50-50 with my compost that I save out of my potato bins. This is just a multi-purpose compost that I've had probably now for 3 or 4 years, and I just keep using it for me carrots and potatoes each year. And then when I empty my buckets out or any of my seed trays, it all goes in the same place. So that's always a good asset. There won't be any nutrients left in that, but you can always add nutrients as regards to blood, fish and bone, and that's exactly what I will do here. So I shall just place them in these 30-litre pots. I shall put 4 in one and 3 in another, and then hopefully that will continue as a good supply for seasons to come. And a lesson learned: don't store them in the dry and let the compost dry out, because they will shrivel up and go to nothing. I'm just going to plant my raspberries now that I bought, and I will just show you how I'm going to be doing that. So I've recently put this support up for the raspberries, mainly for supporting them, and also the blackbirds will usually get to your raspberries before you do. So it will be netted all the way around. I have put netting on the back side of it to save me stretching over the raspberries once I've planted them, and I can fill in the sides and the top at a later date. It's cover mainly for when your raspberries are actually fruiting. And what I've purchased is a collection of 3, summer, mid-season and an autumn variety, and that should give me a supply of raspberries from sort of June onwards till October. The first season, the first year, which will be this coming season, the summer and mid-season, I won't get a crop off those. What we want them to do is to grow their stems, and they will crop the following season, as they always crop on 1-year-old wood. And the autumn ones, I should get a crop off those in the next autumn, as they crop on this year's growth. If I was planting one variety, I would probably plant the autumn ones, because once they've got established, you can prolong the season with the autumn ones by leaving some of last year's wood there and just cut about a third off. You will get a smaller crop on them, but you will get a crop, and they will come earlier than the ones that were grown on that season's wood, if you understand what I mean. So you can get a double crop off the autumn ones, but you only want to do it on established plants, and you don't want to leave them all on one plant, only sort of a third, and just cut a third of the stakes off, the canes off. You can see they are very shallow rooting. You don't want to be hoeing around your raspberries with a hoe. You want to hand weed, and they don't need to go that deep. They only need to go to about there, just above where the roots are. And then on these stems here, this is where your new shoots will come, and they will spread themselves out. So I shall get on and plant these. I'll just show you how I do them. I've already marked out my holes in a straight line. So one thing I can't do is a straight line by eye. And all as I'm doing is putting the spade in and wiggling it backwards and forwards, roughly so as you can get to the size of the root. And one thing that I do use is mycorrhizal fungi. So if I place that root just over the hole and just a little bit of mycorrhizal fungi on the roots, I do swear by this. It's a real good product. It really gives a boost to the new plants, and I use it on all my potting on and planting out. And I think I've got a 3 kilo tub, and I've had it about 3 years, and there's still plenty, about a third of the bucket left. And then if you just push them into the hole, not too deep, make sure your roots are down, just push everything back, and then just firm them in. And that's all that you need to do with them. When they grow up, obviously you'll be tying them into the supports, but I'll carry on and do the rest, and I'll bring you back when I've planted all the others. The autumn ones are planted just exactly the same, and they should just fill this plot quite nicely. And that's pretty much all there is to it. The new shoots should come from the base and from the roots, rather than the actual stems themselves. And in about March I shall put some, there's wood ash there, that's off our log burner. I shall sprinkle some of that around in March with a little bit of blood, fish and bone. The idea of the wood ash, potash, it helps to create buds, so you should get a better flower and a better fruit set. And that's just about all there is to these, really. If you've any questions, if I can answer them, I certainly will. And many thanks for watching. And if you'd like to watch the progress of these raspberries and Jerusalem artichokes, then please consider subscribing, and if you just hit that bell as well, you get a notification of every time I put an upload. Hope you're all enjoying your gardens from a quite cool but nice day here in Shropshire. Take care everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.